Alright, so welcome to F1 Manager 2022. We're gonna take Williams here and take them from the worst team on the grid, and next year we'll be fighting for podium. So the first thing we're gonna do, whoops, wrong thing, is we're gonna poach some staff. Now, it's not really important. Whoops. Because you're going to lose most of the races the first year anyway. And this is my way of doing it. And Williams is going to be a little bit mad at us financially for the first little bit here, but they're the ones paying Alexander Albon an exuberant amount of money for nothing. So that being said, he has been doing pretty well this year in the real life season. I need that. Five. Oops, that's a little bit too far. Now this is the all these contracts that I'm offering them is the lowest they will take. I've tried it time and time again. And yeah, anything lower is not enough. So feel free to use that as you will. Let's get, and then we got that going. Let's get the, because it's important to hire those two first, because whoever you assign on the design projects affect the effectiveness of the parts developed. So if you set them to develop and then you change your staff, it still will be the effectiveness of the one you fired. I'm just gonna put everything all the way because time is not a problem for us. And I do this way because we can go in debt, but you can't develop parts or facilities if you're in debt. But you can hire people and go in debt. Now, Williams won't be very happy with you, naturally. Wait, did I not put... Ah, yeah, I left one engineer on that one because I was not paying enough attention. Alright, so now we can hire the others. Oh no, not, I want race engineers, please. We are going to poach both of them from these guys. It doesn't really matter what car you put them on, obviously, but that's how I have it set up, so that's what I'm going to do. And then 150. But I can just manually input the number. 2. And then I believe 4 seasons for him as well. Yes, 4 seasons for you as well. 1.1 million. 150 for him. Now, what's gonna put us in debt is getting rid of Alexander Albon. The cost of breaking his contract is going to be quite steep. But what we're going to save, because we're not paying him, obviously, once we let him go, is going to be worth it. I don't know why I did overall rating. I know their names. So, fun fact, when my first playthrough, when I played through this game, I played through as Williams, and I actually hired Logan Sargent, and then 3 weeks later, Williams in real life hired Logan Sargent. So, I thought that was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure his salary is much better than what I'm about to offer him, but, you know. Whoops. Yeah, that's not the button I wanted. User. 5 seasons for him, 4 seasons for him. They are very cheap. As I said, it's going to be breaking Albon's contract. That's going to be not a super fun time for us. Yeah, that's 2.5 million just to break Albon's contract. But trust me, the money we save will be worth it. And then, whoops, I keep doing that. Where are you, Frederick? No. I guess I could just sort it by alphabetical. Be the move. Or I could just find him right here. And I keep Mr. Vesti here as a spare driver. We'll grab him for 5 seasons for 300,000. Whoops. And now Williams is going to be quite displeased with us, financially, of course. Everything else is par. Yeah, if we go to the board here, yeah, see, they're disappointed with us, but they haven't lost all faith or anything like that, so we're still fine. Alright, so now that I've done everything that needs doing, for the moment, at least, everything's on the up and up, so we're just gonna save so I don't have to do all that again. You never know. This game does crash relatively often when you fast forward a lot, which obviously for the sake of time we'll be doing. Yes, I know. I hired an all new staff. I fired everybody. We will approve the party because what's another 10 grand in debt? It improves everyone's happiness. I see now. If we go to there, okay, they're still all just okay. Yeah, see, he's high. He's high. Everybody else is okay. I'm not too worried about it. I've done all of this and they didn't quit, so it's fine. So we're just going to fast forward to the race weekend. Yeah, and obviously we're terrible at everything. 17th for medium and high speed actually isn't that bad, but anyway, to the race weekend.
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One.
Alright, yeah, we don't have anything to change. It's a new season, so there's no point to swap out engines and whatnot. Now I am using the F1 Manager calculator, which lets you get setups easier. Because there's not much rhyme or reason to it, if I'm being honest. I've messed with it a lot with the calculator and a lot without it, and or perhaps there is a system and I simply just don't know. No, that stays like that. I put him just 4 or 5 laps under the max fuel with soft tires on full conservative. I'm just going to save again just in case anything goes wrong with the game crashing or something. And then get out there. And we'll get to the practice session here. I like to give them good enough spacing, so I wait until he gets to the safety car and then release the other guy. In my experience, when you go to these guys, it's don't fight teammates and hold other cars behind back. The don't fight teammates is pretty much pointless in my experience. It just means they'll never try to pass each other, which can be really annoying. There's lots of times that if you have don't fight teammates on, that the slower driver will be in front of the faster driver simply because they won't pass each other. Well, the only time I ever put it on is when there's a significant gap between them and the person in front and behind them, and they're relatively close to each other, because they'll slow each other's lap time down.
What's your thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
88's not bad. We'll call him in though. Okay, I don't know why it didn't stop for him. 88 for him as well. Call him in as well. Oh, yeah, if I was paying attention. Okay, so now we have a great. Could you? Yeah, the app will definitely make this way easier. I highly recommend it. It is a little buggy if you use it on your phone, like on It still works. It's just a little buggy. 7.3, 15, 2.5. What? Oh yeah, I gotta take the fuel down. Good enough.
How does it feel?
Now, you're gonna lose a lot of time to reconfiguring, unfortunately, but it's gonna happen regardless of what you choose to do. So, whoops. I mean, unless you want to be one of those people that just quick loads. Alright, great, optimal, 2 greats, and a good. That's it up. And I might be tempted to do that at some point, but I don't know. I don't really bother. They're gonna perform as good as they're gonna perform. Yeah, get him back out there. I mean, you could just choose to simulate the practice sessions if you want. I wouldn't really recommend it because you usually end up with setups between 50 and 70%. Come on, hurry up. Alright, get back out there.
I think someone's run wide.
Yeah, he just got out there and ran wide already. Terrible. Well, the bright side is that the reserve driver will always hit 500 experience. Even if you're doing it this way. And that's the highest he can get. So the car parts knowledge will continue to go up though, so that's always helpful. The most ideal situation would be for you to be able to get your setup on your car to 100%, or at least close enough with your practice driver, or your reserve driver, sorry, on the first practice session, and then your actual driver for car 2 or car 1 or whatever could just focus on track acclimation. Okay, they should let me know how it is any second now. Whoops. 93%. Okay. I'm not gonna bother bringing him in because it's gonna take 5 minutes to reconfigure. So at this point, we might as well just wait until the end of the session because you get a free setup change before you start the session. Yeah, so it gives Logan here a chance to get more acclimated with the track. And the setup's not bad, so like the only time I would recommend pulling him in is if it's a really bad setup. because there's much more likely he's going to crash. But at this, where he's at 93%, so it's, it's within the amazing spectrum, so he's fine.
How's the balance?
Oh, and he's 100%. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want to happen. So now, when Dennis Hogger gets in the car, all he has to do is drive. So that's a really good start to our season in that aspect. Not that it matters. We're still going to be dead last. I'm not going to bother sending him out again and wasting a set of tires. It's only 2 minutes.
The checkered flag is now out.
Alright, so that's the end of the first practice session. Alright, he got his full 500 XP, and we got 100% setup confidence. We'll switch him to mediums. And then feed the new data into the 511. Everything is exactly as it was. Good, okay. So then optimal, another optimal, and then that goes to good, and then that goes to optimal. Find setup. 6.4, 320. Alright, same thing. We'll give him a bunch of gas. Set him on full conservative. Okay, now it's Hogger, so now we're going to give him some hards. And his setup is perfect, so we don't even have to think about it, so we'll just set his gas to full conservative, and that'll do him the whole session. Just drop a saver quick. You never know when the game will crash, especially at 16 speed. It'll
Should be green now.
I find it when you're fast forwarding at 16 times, especially over the course of a few races and practice sessions and whatnot, your likelihood of crashing increases both in the game and the game crashing itself. And again, like I said, it doesn't really matter at this point because we're going to finish dead last in at least the first half of the season. So it is what it is, though, Short-term loss, long-term gain. We'll spend all this season developing the car, and then next season we'll be scuffling with Perez and Verstappen. Yeah, last time I did this playthrough, I had halfway through the second season, we were third place in the constructors. So that's fun times. Okay, he should be just about ready to let us know what's going on with his setup. %, so his brake needs to be tweaked a little tiny bit. I'm not even going to touch it. I'm going to leave it until the end of the session because there's no point to. It's literally just his toe out probably has to be changed from 25 to 20 or 30. So we'll leave it, let him get his practice in, and then because we still got a whole other practice session, right? So it's not that serious. For now, we'll let them worry about track acclimation, and it'll be fine. They're releasing the new F1 manager in, I believe, August. It's a shame, really. I was really hoping that they would just add on to this. Oh shit, multiple cars crashed? Okay, okay. It's not us, because you would see a little red pit by our cars if it was.
It's a crash, and it's more than one car. Let's take a closer look. Now just focus on the Haas.
AlphaTauri in the Haas, apparently. Oh, yeah, a little bit of touch-in. Alright, well. Unfortunate for them. Anyway, as I was saying, I was really hoping that they would just add on to this game, you know? Make it so your cars changed with the real-life cars through the seasons. But I mean, I get it. They gotta make their money, so it is what it is.
Oh, we've had a spin.
Sonoda spun. Poor Sonoda. He had such a bad season in my other Williams playthrough. He just, like, the bottom half of the season, he kept crashing. And then the next season, they didn't even have him. So they were like, nope, you're done.
We
Terrible.
just had a car run wide.
There we go. Logan is fully track acclimated, so even if he's gonna come in a couple times next race, practice session, whatever, he'll be fine. Alright, and that's then a P2. He's got 14 out of 15 bonus, and trust me, those bonuses are insane, man. Like, and they will make a huge difference.
After a day of free practice.
I'm just gonna keep him on softs. Give him 25 laps. And then I'll feed the data into the thing. Optimal, great. Optimal, optimal, optimal. And then you're probably just gonna change. Yeah, exactly like I said. It wants me to bring the tow out down to 20. Whoops, the tow out down to 20. I've done this way too much. We'll just set him to full fuel again, full conservative, and then he'll be 100% acclimated by the time this is done. Save again, just in case there's a game crash.
Radio check.
Alright, you can go out. I should have sent Hogger out first, because he needs track acclimation, and Logan doesn't, but whatever, it's fine. Either way, but he'll be 100% by the time this is done. And hopefully our part expertise will hit, I think it's 80, for us to get the full 15 bonus. Not that it matters, because we're still going to lose. You know, we'll have max bonus, perfect setup, and whatever. We're outmatched. It's alright though, we'll take the L for the first half of the season, and Put up a decent fight in the bottom half of the season. Damn, Zal, that's 2 spins in a row. You know, this year is basically just going to be card development and staff development.
We've just had a spin.
Stroll spins, okay.
What's your thoughts on coming in or
There we go.
any more?
Alright, so now they're both at 100%. So our setups are optimal, which is good for us. We'll still lose, but, you know, and it'll make it so that, you know, if you get the 100% bonus, there will be times when they hold their own for a little bit. And Hogger's about to hit 100% on his track acclimation. And shortly should be our 80, which should give us our 15. And he locked up. Yep, that's about right. He didn't damage the car though, so that's good.
Is that a lockup?
I guess we'll eat him on a new set of tires. Because we're not going to get past Q1, right? So. Normally I wouldn't bother, you know, if we weren't going to lose, I would just make him wait it out. But I've tried it a bunch of ways, and trust me, you're going to lose. We might hit 90% for our part knowledge, so that'll be nice.
Good session.
Well, we won't, but it's fine. It's high enough. We should have the 15 bonus. Yeah, so we got all 15. Because it'll show you, like, when you hover over it, it'll tell you track acclimation is 3 out of 15, 3 out of 15, 9 out of 15. Alright, so we'll save again, just in case. You never know. Things happen.
Radio check. Radio check.
Radio check.
It's green now.
Alright, so we're just gonna fast forward until the traffic starts dipping, and then we'll let them go for their run.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
That's not good for him, locking up in qualifying. Okay, now we're gonna wait for it to tick over, and then we'll send Logan out. Come on. Come on. There we go. Then we'll give him enough space once he gets to the safety car. And now. I don't know, you can send them whenever you want, but I find that that's the optimal spacing. Alright, so now, yeah, see, they're gonna... the blue is gonna lie to you a little bit because I released them at an awkward time for the graph. But they're gonna have the least amount of traffic in the for their flying lap, so they'll be fine. Now the thing is, like, we know we're gonna get dead last all the time, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try, same as in real life. Yeah. So the thing is, like, they still get experience based upon their performance. So for example, qualifying is worth 90 experience in total. So if they happen to get to Q2, that's an extra 30 experience. Yeah, so obviously we want to give it our best shot every time, and just understand that despite our best efforts, we're still going to lose. Same with the race. You know, like when they're going to fight guys that are trying to pass them, they're probably going to lose, but they still get points. They still get experience points for every successful and every failed defense. Same with every failed overtake or every successful overtake. It all gets them experience. Now there is a way you can kind of cheese experience for Williams. At the start here, when you're going to be dead last anyway, you just make them constantly leapfrog each other. And you know, if done optimally, you can get like 2,000 experience per race, which is insanely broken. Now, I'm not going to do that simply because it would just make this terrible to watch. It's also a pain for me. So... But basically how it works is I set Logan to full conservative and then set Hogger to full aggressive. Hogger passes Logan, and then I set Hogger to full conservative and then set Logan to full attack, and just rinse and repeat. And then they'll pass each other over and over again, and then they'll, you know, and even if they fail, they still get experience, so it really doesn't matter. Now, we'll still do that, obviously, but we'll do it at 16 times speed. Alright, so we posted our times. I'm not going to bother sending them out again. There's no point to send them for 2 runs because they're not going to do any better. 18th and 20th is about the best they can possibly do.
Come for these drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived.
Williams had a good performance in qualifying. Now they'll be eager to demonstrate.
Alright, are you sure? Do I have to? Whoops. Maybe I do. Yeah, I do. Okay, well. The most OP strategy in this game is going from medium to hard or hard to medium with only one pit stop. Why do your strategies look like they're stupid? Hold on. Oh, because they are. So if you don't know that, you see where the tire types are. There's a gray line. When your tire condition goes below that line, your performance is significantly reduced. We'll just put him on that, I guess. But it doesn't really matter that much.
With the skies most... And this is it. The Bahrain Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
We'll set him to hold the cars behind him back simply because that'll force him to have to defend.
Stop lift and coast.
So we'll just let them play it out here for the first couple laps, and then and after that we'll go time 16 speed.
They've moved up a place.
I don't know, it could just be me, but in my experience, I feel like your drivers perform worse when you're accelerating time. Actually set him to overtake.
Use overtake. Copy.
And we'll stop him once it gets to about 60%. Because you can expend double what you can get back per lap.
Good job.
Oh, never mind, he gained the position. Yeah, so that's one successful pass, so I believe that's 50 points. Let's just set him to deploy right quick for a minute.
You can use energy.
Copy.
I mean, but you can clearly see that we're not able to keep up with the other people. I should have shown you the comparison of our cars, but it's fine. I can do that after this race. It doesn't really matter. We're the worst, plain and simple.
Use energy. Copy.
I just want him to try to catch up a little bit, because they're a whole second point 5 behind. It's a bit much. To be fair, Logan is a good driver, as shown in real life. He's actually doing very good with Williams this year, so that's good. stop him from being set to deploy. Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to hire Dennis Hogger next. And then I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket.
DRS will be active.
Okay, so DRS is only available if you're less than a second behind your target. Which is why we kept pushing Sargent so hard. That way he can stay close enough to use DRS, and then, okay, yeah, nope, he's falling behind.
Use energy if you need.
Copy.
And we want him to at least try to stay with them for as long as he can, just, you know, for experience. As far as the fuel goes, you can, I always have them go full fuel usage until about 0.6. And then after that, I just, whatever as needed. Apparently Stroll sucks worse than we do. But I mean, as you can see, the gap they're putting, you know, between us is, we can't make up for it. It's just not possible. Now, to be fair, we could have kept Alexander Albon for, you know, let's say half or the full season, and we would have performed much better as far as race performance goes. But I have found that it doesn't matter if you lose 95% of the races this season. Williams doesn't care. Okay, so now we're just going to start fast forwarding. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. Like I said, it'll
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race.
it'll work out. Trust me, I've done this before. And if it's anything like the last time I did this, it'll be towards the end of this season that we start doing well.
Lock up on the track. Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
And we might actually have a better start to next season in this playthrough, because I messed up in my first attempt at making Williams the best. Not because I messed it up, but like I said, we're third in the constructors halfway through the second season, so. But I kind of messed it up because I spent all of the first year just developing parts, not thinking that I should have spent most of it just doing research once research becomes available, so that the car next year would be better. But either way, it is what it is. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, so they're going to keep passing each other back and forth now, which is exactly what we want. So every time they do so, they're going to get, I think it's 50 XP for every pass. So that's good. Faster they level up, the better they'll perform, and the better they perform, the better it'll be when the car gets better.
Someone's run wide.
That'll most definitely be at least halfway through the season. But, you know. Well, they're passing each other quite a bit, which is good. Let's boost their race performance. Oh, well, Logan locked up. That's not a fun time. He didn't break the car though, so that's fine.
They've locked up and gone straight on.
I don't care if they lock up or they spin as long as they don't damage the car. He'll catch up anyway. He's a much better driver than Dennis Hogger is, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, see, he's catching up real fast. Yeah, see, he's already passed him.
Seems to have been a lockup.
Almost a full minute behind everybody else. It's terrible. That's what I mean. Williams is the worst. It's alright though, because we're going to make them the best.
Who's running wide there?
Oh, okay, I don't know why it didn't trigger him to come in the pit. That's weird.
I think there's been a lockup.
The one thing with the difference between Dennis Hogger and Logan Sargent is I find Dennis Hogger is much easier on gas than Sargent is. Okay. No. See, why are you doing that? I don't understand why you didn't. That's what I'm talking about. The game gets kind of wonky when you have it at 16 times speed. Just put him on a full conservative to give Dennis here time to catch up to him.
Got loads of energy.
Yeah, copy, copy.
They can get a few more passes in on each other before this race is done. Come on, hurry up. Slow, Dennis. Whoops. Nope. That. Two laps. You guys can get some passes. Come on. He'll be fine. Oh, is it going to be a Ferrari year this year? It looks that way.
That's Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is today's winner.
Okay. Well, last time I played through as Williams, it was Red Bull all year was
Good work from
destroying
the
everyone.
driver here today. This was a mixed performance. performance from Williams today. Some excellent decisions.
It was not a mixed performance. We got our asses kicked. Don't worry about it.
There will definitely be some lessons to learn for them, but this was solid work.
Now that all the points have been tallied, the team is in 10th place in the constructor standings.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.
Alright, so let's see how we did. Okay, yeah, there we go. 1200. That's pretty good. 14.54. That's so there we go. We get quite good experience. I mean, he would have broke 15 had he not got ripped off the first practice session. Okay, apparently it's 10 experience. 10 experience per successful overtake, and 5 for successful defenses, and then 1 for each failed. Hey, 1's better than nothing. Good and good. Well, as long as it stays good, they'll be happy with their race performance. Then we got money. Doesn't matter because we're in mad debt. Yeah, see, we're still negative $650,782. Not a huge deal. Not too worried about it. Well, it wouldn't be a difficult race if you spent time developing the car. Oh yeah, I meant to show, so here's the grid average. Obviously they beat us in everything because we suck. It's alright though, we're gonna turn this into a team of winners. We're just gonna save. Alright, so that's it for this episode. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.